He has stood at weddings.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
He has sat at introduction ceremonies. He has raised glasses for friends and smiled for photographs. Later, he watched some of those same men lose peace, focus, property, children, and dignity because the woman they chose was not the woman they thought they were choosing. He has seen infidelity hidden behind good presentation. He has heard paternity doubts whispered in private conversations.
When it comes to 2-year-old AJ Collins, you are not...
He has watched men become strangers inside their own homes. He has seen bank accounts drain over months. He has watched businesses lose focus because a home fell apart behind the scenes. He has seen once respected men become the subject of quiet public discussion. These were not foolish men. They were accomplished men.
The men that wake up every day to focus on one thing.
Men who could read contracts, manage risk, lead teams, and build businesses from nothing. But the woman question defeated the methods they trusted for everything else in life. His caution is not a personality flaw. It is data gathered from watching what happens when serious men choose without a serious process. The pattern inside professional circles is uncomfortable to talk about. Many marriages look stable in photographs, on social media, and during public ceremonies. Privately, they are struggling under conflict, competing values, infidelity, disrespect, and a lack of true family orientation. Some women are highly educated, polished, and socially impressive, yet not truly oriented toward the kind of cooperative home a serious man wants to build. A woman who is ready to support his leadership. Education and presentation are not the same thing as readiness. The hardest challenge for a serious man is learning how to tell the difference before commitment between a woman who is genuinely family-oriented and a woman who has learned how to perform family orientation because she knows what serious men want to hear. That is the real fear underneath everything. Not marriage itself, misjudgment. Not responsibility, but choosing a woman whose presentation hides her true orientation until it is too late to walk away easily. People who tell a serious man to just settle down often misunderstand the actual problem in front of them. He is not resisting family. He is resisting unnecessary risk. The man who fears responsibility, sacrifice, discipline, and the narrowing that comes with choosing one woman has an immaturity problem. That man needs growth. The man who wants a home, children, peace, and legacy, but cannot find a reliable way to know whether the woman in front of him is truly ready for that life, has a process problem. Those two men look almost identical from the outside, but the solution for one is completely wrong for the other. If you are watching this and you know you want family, but you refuse to risk your life's work on the wrong woman, then this video was made for you. Modern courtship rewards performance. People show what attracts, they hide what disqualifies. That is why charm alone is dangerous for a man making the most important decision of his life. The traits that matter most in a marriage rarely get proven on a single date. Cooperation under pressure, emotional control during conflict, respect for leadership, family orientation, loyalty, willingness to build alongside a partner instead of against him. The real question is not whether she smiles when everything is easy. The real question is how she behaves when there is disagreement, financial pressure, disappointment, or a decision she does not like. By the time the truth about her character finally appears, the cost may already involve children, property, reputation, emotional exhaustion, and family conflict that cannot be undone. A serious man needs a way to assess character before commitment happens. That requires a real process, not more time spent hoping the truth will reveal itself on its own. In Kampala, Nairobi, Johannesburg, London, Dubai, Toronto, and across the diaspora, serious men are having conversations they rarely have in public. The conversation is about trust, about whether beauty, education, and polish are enough, about whether a woman who looks suitable is actually ready for peace, cooperation, loyalty, and family life. These men do not hate women, no matter how mainstream media sometimes frames them. Many of them deeply respect marriage and family. That respect is exactly why they refuse to choose carelessly. The frustration these men carry is not confusion about what they want. It comes from meeting women who have learned the language of readiness without necessarily having the discipline of readiness underneath it. Their frustration is accurate. The absence of a trustworthy process is the real problem. Heritage Relations Institute was built to answer that exact problem. People tell him to take his time, to have faith, but time and faith alone are not a vetting system. That advice is close to wishful thinking, dressed up as wisdom. A woman who understands performance can maintain it for a long time, especially once she knows exactly what a man wants to hear. Dating environments do not test the traits that matter most inside a marriage. They test charm, compatibility in social settings, chemistry, and physical attraction. The traits that actually matter get tested through structured assessment, training, observation, documentation, reference checks, and consistency measured over time. Not through chemistry alone, not through hope, through a real process built to look past the surface. HRI's process is built around the traits that matter most inside a long-term partnership: character, emotional control, family orientation, cooperation, communication, integrity, health awareness, and consistency under real standards. A woman entering this process cannot rely on charm or words alone. She moves through documentation, medical checks, police clearance, structured interviews, psychometric testing, logical reasoning assessment, a full month of training participation, trainer observation, staff observation, peer observation, reference checks, and secondary reference checks. A genuinely prepared woman responds differently over time compared to a woman who is only performing readiness. The difference appears in her answers, her punctuality, her consistency, her reaction to correction, her interaction with peers, and the evidence gathered from people who already know her well. The man on the other side of that process does not proceed on blind hope. He proceeds with stronger information, clearer context about who she actually is, and meaningfully reduced risk. A serious man who comes to HRI is not treated as a casual browser scrolling through options. HRI first understands his expectations, his standards, his values, his discretion needs, and the future he genuinely wants. The conversation clarifies what he wants, what he will not tolerate, what kind of woman genuinely fits his life, and whether HRI's process is even the right fit for him in the first place. The process produces stronger introductions because HRI is not guessing. It is working from real values, real readiness, and real expectations from both sides. He enters the introduction with clarity about himself. The woman across from him has also been through preparation and review. That combination changes the quality of the conversation before either of them says a single word. After an introduction, HRI gives both parties a defined period to reflect. Modern dating is engineered to override deliberate thinking. Apps are built to create urgency and anxiety inside the people using them. Chemistry can be powerful, but it should never be allowed to make the decision alone. Chemistry floods the nervous system before the mind has time to properly weigh the information in front of it. The introduction happens inside a structured environment with relevant context, real privacy, and professional facilitation guiding every step. The serious man who uses HRI's process does not proceed because he grew tired of waiting. He does not proceed because social pressure finally caught up with him. He does not proceed because she seemed right and he simply ran out of reasons to say no. He proceeds because a structured process gave him stronger information, clearer context, and reasonable confidence that this specific woman is genuinely aligned with what he is building. That kind of commitment carries differently into the home, into the difficult conversations, into the moments of pressure that every marriage eventually produces. A man who chose deliberately inside a process he trusts does not second-guess the choice when things get hard. He remembers the information, the process, and the reasons behind that choice. The research on married professional men stays consistent across decades and across different countries. Happily married men accumulate wealth faster. They live measurably longer. A woman of genuine character who is genuinely cooperative is not a liability sitting on a man's balance sheet. She is a multiplier. Basically, a great investment if we are being direct about it. When his home is peaceful, he can think clearly. When he can think clearly, he can lead effectively. When he can lead effectively, everything he is building has a far better chance of growing. The man who commits deliberately at 37 to the right woman through the right process becomes a fundamentally different man years later compared to the man who either avoided commitment or committed carelessly to the wrong woman. This is the long game. HRI is built for men who think beyond attraction, beyond today, and beyond themselves. HRI is built for men who think in decades. The man this video was made for already knows family matters. He is not debating whether to build one. He is deciding how to build it without carrying the unnecessary risk that comes from choosing the wrong woman. What he has been missing is a private process that matches his own personal standard of rigor. He would never enter a major investment blindly. He would never choose a business partner based on chemistry alone. The woman who may become the center of his home deserves an even more serious process than either of those decisions. HRI is Uganda's most serious institutional attempts to restore preparation, vetting, and dignity to the process of long-term partner selection. It was built for men who understand that the woman they choose can shape their peace, their children, their reputation, their home, and their legacy. The caution that has kept him watching quietly from the sidelines at other men's marriages and relationships is not weakness. It is intelligence protecting something valuable. The wider system around him may still be broken, but a serious alternative to that system now exists. Heritage Relations Institute does not promise a perfect marriage. No serious institution should ever promise that. HRI offers a private, structured, multi-layered process for identifying and introducing women who have shown real readiness for a serious partnership. The difference between blind hope and informed confidence comes down to process. HRI exists for the man who wants exactly that kind of process.